Welcome back. Today, we're going to explore a few of the legends that inspired the story of the Alchemist stone. First, let's meet the main character, Pierre Charles LeSueur. History left me with a sparse timeline of this man's life, but in the annals of Louisiana history, there is a description given that indicated LeSueur was a mountain of a man. So large, in fact, that as he traveled down the Mississippi River, the local indigenous tribes just let the giant pass. Without even a portrait to guide me, I drew inspiration from this description and ran with it. My first inspiration came from the biblical story of Samson, the dim-witted Hebrew warrior who lost everything for the love of a woman. Samson, like LeSueur, was a man among boys, capable of great feats of strength and heroic deeds. He also had a mean streak a mile wide. If you wronged him, he was willing to burn down your world for vengeance. Another feature unique to Samson is his uncut hair, the source of his strength. With LeSueur beginning as an assistant to the Jesuit missionaries, only to end up as a renowned fur trader, it made sense to me that his rebellion would be manifested in his follicles. The last aspect LeSueur shares with Samson is his downfall, Delilah. Although she had unmatched beauty, Delilah was also Samson's political enemy, a Philistine. For LeSueur, his Delilah will also be his political enemy, the beautiful Marguerite Messier, cousin to the powerful Lemoyne family. Another legend that inspired my character became obvious after a bit. A giant man felling trees, hunting wild beasts, trapping, trading, and fighting. Yes, we're talking about Paul Bunyan. Like LeSueur, Bunyan ranged from the Northeast to the unexplored territories of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, where his giant footprints left behind the 10,000 lakes. The exploits of Paul Bunyan do not stretch past the 1800s, so it's a fairly new legend. But there's a lot of theories about the origin of the name Paul Bunyan, and many of it comes from the French Canadian. Phonetically, Bunyan is similar to a Canadian phrase Bunyan, which is an expression of surprise or astonishment. The English surname Bunyan is derived from the same root as the word bunion, or the Old French bugnet, which is a large lump or swelling, which also seems to be fitting. And several researchers have attempted to trace Paul Bunyan to the character of Bon Jean of French-Canadian folklore. Beyond Pierre Charles LeSueur and the legend of Paul Bunyan, I also included another legend that can be found ranging from the Northeast all the way to the namesake of Winona Ryder. I first came across the story in James Fenimore Cooper's Last of the Mohicans, where the Mohican warrior Uncas falls in love with Alice Monroe. When Alice is taken by the Huron, she chooses death rather than the life without Uncas, throwing herself from a cliff moments after his death. There are similar stories found in a Cherokee legend, as well as several lovers' leaps found in Pennsylvania, Missouri, and even Texas. For my story, though, I borrowed heavily from the local legend involving the namesake of the city of Winona. A short trip up the Mississippi River is Maiden Rock, where, you guessed it, a heartbroken woman jumped to her tragic death. In this telling of the story, Winona is the firstborn daughter of a mighty Dakota chief named Wabasha, which is the namesake of another river town, Wabasha. According to the legend, the young maiden fell in love with a French trader. Quite the coincidence. So with LeSueur borrowing from the Samson legend and having his own historical Delilah in Marguerite Messier, I let Winona be the tragic love story that would motivate LeSueur's return to Minnesota. So that's a peek into the legends and lore that shaped my story. Of course, there will be more Philosopher's Stone references, the Seven Fires prophecy, and plenty of end times talk from various cultures. But those videos are for another day.